So if you're a snow fan out there ever, I think you should do like I did and just go ahead and make the snow at home. This is
I don't know if Anna can zoom in on this. This is so
amazing
cool.
Stuff.
It puts me in the spirit, in the holiday spirit. Look at that.
There you go. So that's about the closest you're going to get to snow if you're looking for a white Christmas out there.
Oh, Kirk. I'm only letting you do this because it's your birthday.
Well, thanks.
Okay.
I'll clean up.
Well, Kirk,
after
do you
the
think,
show.
you know...
Good morning, Kirk. And yeah, we'll see you have snow there as well.
Yeah, this is really amazing, Sherry. And actually, it would be beautiful, it'd be wonderful if it was Christmas Eve, but it's not. It's a fascinating meteorological dynamics of this snow that's going on. These snowflakes, I'm trying to catch a couple of them here for you. They are really increasing in size. They're coalescing together. There were just a few very light flakes when it began about 15, 20 minutes ago. What was happening during the overnight hours was it was snowing, but it's been so dry here at the surface that the flakes weren't making it down to the ground. The dew point yesterday was in the teens. We were talking about, 18 to 20 for the dew point. So as it snowed, it actually cooled the atmosphere. That's known as evaporative cooling. Think of it the same way as when you hop out of the shower and then you get cold all of a sudden. That's what these snowflakes are doing to the atmosphere. And as now it's gotten cooler here at the surface, these flakes are increasing in size and in intensity, as you can see. As far as the road, we're right here by I-83. No real accumulation yet on the road. We're right near a PennDOT salt dome, literally just a couple of 100 yards away. And we see those trucks. They are ready to go. We've seen one or two of them already here on I-83. We're here at a park and ride. These guys just took off here. I talked to a couple of guys who were coming here to get picked up for a construction assignment. And today they said that is canceled. So they're not going to be dealing with that. But this, I think, is for real. And as that low forms possibly closer to the coast, last night I was telling you, I thought maybe 2 to 4 in Lancaster County. Lancaster County, you may end up having a little more than that. And where we are here in Newberry Township, Sherry, I think 3, 5 inches. Yeah, this could be a good bet because the temperature today, normal high for today, Sherry, as Steve is going to talk about, 54 degrees. Today, we could have a high temperature almost 20 degrees below normal. So beautiful Christmas weather here as we head towards Easter.
Generally speaking, I'd recommend that everybody has like a go-kitted emergency kit, somewhat well-stocked.
It's severe weather preparedness week, and you would think as a TV weatherman that I'd be prepared, right? Well, let's do a spot check and find out. Come on in. First and foremost on the list is water. A gallon a day for each person. At least here I've got a couple. Of course, if you know severe weather could be imminent, one way to add to your water supply is to fill up your bathtub. You really need to have a 3-day supply of non-perishable food, and I'm afraid here I come up a little short. Collard greens are only going to go so far.
And now, CBS 21 News First Warning Weather with meteorologist Kirk Clyatt.
Oh, how I so not want to put this back into my car. But if you've taken one out of yours, what were you thinking? Come on, put it back in. So winter's not done with this yet. At least nothing tonight. First Warning Live Doppler HD, a clear scan. Actually, nice view of the waxing moon. The worm moon is the name of the full moon for this month. And that's coming up on Wednesday. Worms, because the worms are supposed to start to get going because it's warming up. It's springtime, right? It's not working out that way. Big snowstorm here in the middle of the country down to the south. Some severe thunderstorms, even a tornado watch in place for portions of Mississippi. A lot of snow right across I-70, which goes here across Kansas. They actually had to shut down part of I-70 in Colorado because there was so much snow out of this system. And yes, snow. How about winter storm warnings issued by the National Weather Service in Pittsburgh? That's what we've got here in blue. Some of the higher elevations could see a foot of snow. Nothing issued from the State College office for us yet, but watch this space. I wouldn't be surprised to see the pink move into our area. That's winter weather advisories for Monday. Of course, temperature is going to be key. Look at these numbers. Bradford, this is without the wind chill, already down to 26. We're getting close to the freezing mark throughout our area. You factor in the winds, this northwest flow. Are you tired of it? Yeah, it continues. So the wind chill is dealing with like about 25 degrees. Yeah, more like not a weather prediction, more like an early extended April Fool's joke. Early spring, ha 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 ha, Phil. Here's what we've got. It's not spring fever, it's spring flu. December December, winter, we were warmer than we are now. The average temperature in December, almost 39 degrees. Now we are about a degree colder here in March, and 70 degrees, 150 days now and counting since we had that lofty number in our part of the world. 34 is what we've gotten with that northwest wind. It feels like 27. The barometer is going to be falling with the approach of this complex area of low pressure that moves in. And just to kind of salt the wound a little bit, look at the record high and look at the year. Yeah, last year it was 33 degrees warmer than today, and today actually a pretty nice day. Greenland block is the problem, area of high pressure over Greenland. What that does is that forces the cold air down into our area. It actually warms northern Canada, so the polar bears up there are enjoying it. Well, we've got this cold air and this dip in the jet stream, and that's going to remain until this high weakens over Greenland. We have got the cold air, and we've got the low. Now, the low, a lot of energy transference issues, but the basic story is this low tracks towards the east, and by Monday morning, guess where it is? Right there. And so what we're looking at is a decent day for tomorrow. Cold is what we've got, about 39 at noon. We should start with some sunshine, still midday sunshine, but then more and more clouds roll in as we go through the afternoon. Here's what you need to know. The snow situation, when does it start to move in? Watch the clock. We've got it moving in. This is midnight tomorrow, so during the overnight tomorrow and then into the day on Monday, how much snow? Still a big question here is what we're going to get. But take a look at the numbers. I think it's overplayed here in the Lancaster up through Lebanon area. I'm not looking for 3.7 inches, but Carlisle, maybe 4 in York. We'll detail more of this for you tomorrow. More snow south. So Sealands Grove, I'm going with that. About 2 inches for you. Now the record for the date is 3.1 inches from 1933, and that is possible. About the only person out there that's going to be sweating on Tuesday is Frosty. And then as far as temperatures, look at that. We stay below normal right through the end of the month, Eva.
Like I said, I'm going to go ahead and embrace it. Nothing to clown around about this weather, though.
No, but I tell you, it's almost enough to make you cry, so you might as well laugh. Had a great time out there, trying to make some folks laugh. Was the honorary ringmaster. Loved the hair, loved the makeup. The talented clowns did it for me. That's, I think it was Pokey who was helping me poke along that little bicycle there. 66th annual Zembo.
Look at you go.
Shrine Circus. 1 and 5 tomorrow if you want to check it out. I thought this would be great, the trapeze
I'd do it.
for the Kirk and James games, but didn't work out. Maybe next year.
Well, thank you so much, Kirk.
With meteorologist Kirk Clyatt.
It almost seems like a surreal experience now. We've had a couple of calls about a halo around the moon. That's just indicative of more and more moisture moving on into the region. But I really hope I'm wrong about this, but 60 hours from now, millions of people could be without power. That's going to be one of the key issues. What you see here across all of Pennsylvania, all 67 counties, all 23 counties in Maryland, that is a flood watch that is in effect. Also, high wind watch. Flood watch actually goes into effect tomorrow night. And then in West Virginia, what's that? That is a winter storm watch. There could be a couple of feet of snow in West Virginia. No, at least I don't think we'll have snow to worry about. It's going to be a little bit too warm, but it's still going to be a raw, cold, pounding rain. And this that's affecting the Tidewater area, Virginia Beach, the Outer Banks, tropical storm force winds on the Outer Banks. Now, this is from the hurricane, and this has got a huge wind field associated with it. They're not here yet. Winds are calm in Harrisburg and York, nor'easter winds in Lancaster and Philadelphia. Winds are stronger in Erie. Now, this is associated with that front that just isn't going to make it towards us. You get an idea of right where it is, just about now gone stationary across the western third of Pennsylvania. Highs today in Erie stayed in the 40s. Now, here we take you through Sunday. Sunday, not bad. You can get prepared. You can get ready. Rain, the heaviest rain will be to the east of us, but not a bad day to get out tomorrow. This is your chance to get ready. It's one of those storms where you can't say you didn't have fair warning for it. And then on into Monday. By Monday afternoon, I want you to be set, I want you to be secure, and I want you just to stay with CBS21. We'll keep you posted. Here we are through Sunday. Here's what we're talking about. Maybe up to about a ½ an inch of rain during the day in Lancaster. So no problems, but by Monday morning, 2 inches of rain in Lancaster. Then the wind starts moving in as we get into Monday afternoon, evening. Watch what happens with the rain. Look at this, 5 inches of rain by Monday night in Baltimore, 4 inches, almost 5 in Lancaster, 4 inches in York, and that rain will continue on into Tuesday. For the year, about 3 inches above normal. Expect 5 to 8 inches of rain. That flood watch goes into effect tomorrow night, and then, of course, we're looking for that high wind watch Monday morning. Monday afternoon, wind gusts 55 miles an hour into Tuesday, 60-mile-an-hour gusts. If you're in Lancaster County, I want you to prepare for 70-mile-an-hour wind gusts. Today, 65 degrees. Tomorrow, we don't get that real cold air in place yet, so it's still going to be about this, 55 degrees. Hard to believe. Calm winds. Now, the barometer's still fairly high, 29.91, but that barometer, we may see a 28 here as that storm makes landfall probably on the Delmarva coast around Rehoboth Beach is what we're looking at. Could be a little far north, but with that huge wind field, it really kind of doesn't matter because the storm just going to get slingshot with this jet stream. Really an unusual pattern. The 2 jets I talked about are going to merge into one and bring this storm. It looks like now the models are taking it directly over central Pennsylvania. It's kind of hard to imagine, but that is the case. Cold night, my gosh, the World Series in Detroit. It's 42 degrees there. So here's what we're looking at. Northerly winds is what we've got as this system does make its way up to the coast and towards us. So for the day tomorrow, not much of a variance as far as temperature go. The rain, though, and the wind starts to develop a little bit towards the afternoon as temperatures stay in the 50s. Here's what we've got. Still a hurricane. It's beginning to get some ex-tropical characteristics, but I got a hunch the Hurricane Center will keep it a hurricane as it does make landfall and moves into our area. Look at this. This is midnight Tuesday. It's right over us. Tuesday into Wednesday. So the rain Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday before the storm finally departs up into Canada. So we're looking for wind as the big issue with this storm. Lightning, maybe a slight chance of some tornadic activity too, but wind and then flooding on the smaller streams is what we're looking at. Swatara at Hershey is going to be up to near flood stage as we go on into Tuesday afternoon. So this is what we're going to have to watch. If you're on the Swatara, the Connedawenget, any of the other creeks in the area, be careful. The winds start moving in earnest Monday afternoon. The rain tomorrow, the wind Monday, the worst of it Monday night into Tuesday. Hurricane force winds simply amazing.
Right, Kirk. And I was at the grocery store today getting some water, and a lot of people are still, hopefully, they're saying that this will miss us. They're still hopeful.
Yeah, we look at those weather models out there, and a lot of them were divergent a few days ago, some taking the storm out into the Atlantic, but now they've all pretty much come into agreement. While there's still a slight chance the storm could go, say, to the Jersey Shore, up to maybe even New York City, a disaster for them. The storm is so broad, it is going to affect us. And you can count on CBS21. We will be here for you.
That's right.
For instance, Monday morning, beginning at 4 a.m., an extra hour early to keep you posted as this unbelievable storm makes its way towards us.
Well, I think we're all relieved here. We had the lowest barometric pressure ever, of course, in Harrisburg. Same thing for Philadelphia, but the pressure from the storm is starting to let up as we've been reporting. Now, it was bad, but thankfully not nearly to the extent of the floods that we had last year. There's still 43 roads that are closed in the county, most of those in Lower Paxton and Susquehanna Townships, 7,100 across the county without power, but most of those outages due to lines down, power lines down on the road, so we're not expecting to have those long power outages that went on for days and days like we did with the floods that we had to endure last year.
For the most part, I'm smiling today because we dodged a bullet here in Dauphin County. And I say for the most part because we did have, obviously, a lot of people out of power over the last 24 hours, some road closures, etc.
Now, there was equally good news from Mayor Thompson here just across the street, which she gave to us just a couple of minutes ago.
The city has experienced pretty much good drainage so far throughout the storm, and we're really pleased about that. All roadways in the city are open today, with the exception of Cumberland Street and Naudane Streets. These are the 2 streets right now that are experiencing those 1,000 plus pounds of trees that fell down in those streets and onto houses.
Yeah, we saw that tree on Naudane Street earlier today. That was probably a lot more than 1,000 pounds. That was one huge tree, kind of reminiscent of what we went through last year. Now, there's still about 60 people that are in 3 shelters across the county, including John Harris High School here in the city. Now, with the exception of the courts, all county services are back in operation. Even the jail will resume normal operations at 6 o'clock tonight. Now, with the election coming up 1 week from today, this is important. The voter registrar's office is open at the administration Administration Building. So if you want to get an absentee ballot, you can do that today. But of course, you have to have that ballot returned by Friday.
Kirk, James and I have a little bit of a belated Christmas present for you and for our viewers. We want to get this up there.
Wow. I talked about it, and you guys had to find it on my Twitter feed. So, yeah, one of my New Year's resolutions, more time in the river, so I got a new wetsuit. So as soon as the river temperature hits 60, I'm out there. You guys found a way to embarrass me. At Clyatt, if you want to follow.
If you ever need help taking that off, don't come to me.
I know, it takes forever. Let's go ahead and show you what has happened. This storm, thankfully, didn't last forever. The snow is out of here tomorrow. A cold day, and then really cold as we head into the latter part of the week. Bundle up. Wear a wetsuit.
Exactly. Thanks for joining us for CBS 21 News at 11 for tonight.